Hello and welcome to Smart Solutions with AI for homeschool help for moms. I'm excited that you're here today, and I believe you must want to know about using AI in your homeschool, which is what I am here to tell you about. But first, a little bit about me. My name is Debbie. I am a ministry wife, married to my sweetheart for almost 33 years. I'm a homeschool veteran, homeschooled all three of our children through high school. I have three grandchildren now. Best job ever, being a Grammy. And I'm a business owner, a writer, and an English teacher. But for you, the most important thing today is that I'm an AI hater turned AI advocate. I am working to educate homeschoolers on how to use AI safely and effectively. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, why should you use AI in homeschool? First, you can use it to save time and to avoid burnout. There are so many tasks that we do as homeschoolers that could be done much more easily with AI, and that's what I'm hoping to show you today. It also can provide a much more personalized learning environment or opportunities for your children and equip your children with future ready skills. So this is something that I'm very adamant about because AI is not going away, and I believe that it is really important to understand AI and its capabilities so that you can use it safely and also use it in a way that can teach your children and prepare them for future. Also, it'll expand your world. There are so many things that you can do with AI that are a lot of fun as a family, like creating songs and writing stories and all kinds of fun things. So, being aware of the capabilities of it, how to use it in your homeschool, and how to use it safely is what we will talk about today. So, what can AI do? What does it have the capability of doing? It can generate ideas. If you're stuck on how to teach a lesson or how to help your child with a specific skill, such as a math skill or a science skill, AI can help you with that. It can organize your information. It can take a whole um, essay and break it down into points to remember. It can take a textbook and give you a chapter by chapter summary of each text chapter, and it can create resources such as quizzes and tests or flashcards or really the sky's the limit. It can evaluate progress. This is a great thing to use it for, and also tailored practice and review for your students. So let's look at some examples. Some of the things you can do is generate lesson plans. So one of the really exciting things that I think is important, as homeschoolers, we have children on many levels. And so often we're having to teach science to our high schooler and science to our middle schooler and science to our elementary age students, or we might be teaching writing to each one of those, or history. Some of those subjects can be combined where you're teaching the same lesson on different levels to each one of your children, but you don't always have that other level available to you. Well, with AI, you can ask AI to generate a lesson plan based on your child's age, on their skills and abilities, their likes and dislikes, their hobbies. You can really put in any criterion that you want, their learning style, and ask AI to generate a lesson plan for your child. It can create quizzes and flashcards. This is great for especially the high school, upper junior high level student where they are studying curriculum that is maybe a little bit intense. They have to remember a lot of facts, and you can ask AI to generate flashcards to quiz them, and it will actually print them for you or give them to you in a PDF that just needs to be cut apart, printed and cut out. So super simple. You can ask it to do research and fact checked information. So this is a really good one. One of my things as a parent of a teenager, I often want to evaluate the books that they're reading, the music that they're listening to, the videos that they want to watch, and AI can actually do that for you. So if you ask I believe there's an AI GPT on Chat GPT called AI Pencil, and ask it um, for a chapter by chapter summary of a book or a song or whatever it is that you're trying to evaluate. And it will give you an evaluation based on the criterion that you input. So, for example, if you wanted to evaluate this source based on Christian values, is there improper content? Are there swears? Are there different topics that you're not ready for your child to address at the moment? All of those things can be input into AI, and then AI can evaluate that source according to that criterion. So it's very useful. You can do the same thing with researching curriculum, and you can ask it, will this curriculum fit the profile of my child? And here's the profile of my child. They're a kinesthetic learner. They love sports. They love dinosaurs. They struggle in math. And is this curriculum going to be a good fit for my child? One of the things that I use AI for frequently is to offer writing and grammar suggestions. So I'm a writing teacher and I teach elementary age children online. And I love to use AI to give feedback on the homework assignments. So, yes, I'm a writing teacher. I'm a professional proofreader. Why do I use AI? First of all, it's much faster and it's much more in depth than I have the time to get, but it allows me a starting point. And that's what I want to really emphasize is that AI is a starting point. It gives you a place to start and you can take it from there. So it saves all the time of the initial work and allows you to focus on the fine tuning and the work that is really beneficial to the students. It can evaluate student progress. So you can upload maybe 5 tests, the last 5 tests of your math student, and ask AI to evaluate the strengths, the weaknesses, the areas of concern. And then you can ask it to give you some suggestions for helping to improve in those areas of concern. It can generate test and answer keys. It can create field trip suggestions. This is a really fun one for finding things around the area, especially if you're looking specifically for free or low cost suggestions, or you want to take them on a field trip that will teach them about, go along with whatever lesson you're learning. And those are the types of things that AI excels at. Math and science help. So I have a child that really struggled in understanding math concepts. And even though I understood the concepts, I struggled to explain them to her in a way that she could understand. Well, AI can take that and simplify it. I remember recently I wanted to read a legal document. And so I asked AI to summarize the legal document in children's terms, something that a young child could understand. And it gave me a very clear explanation of the legal document. And I was really happy about that. So AI, think outside the box with it. What are ways that you can use it in your homeschool? Of course, creating worksheet or hands-on activities, things that go along with lessons. There are just so many things that you can do with AI. So these are just the tip of the iceberg. But what I'm hoping is that hearing some of these ideas, that it will start to expand your world a little bit, help you to think outside the box, and be able to ask AI for things that you wouldn't have thought of before in ways that you can use it. So you know what it can do. You know some of the things that it's able to do, but how do you make it do those things for you? I know a lot of people that I talk with have tried ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity or one of the others, and they get really frustrated because they'll ask AI for something and it just doesn't give them a very good output. And one of the things that I've learned with all of the training I've had with AI is that you need to start with what exactly is it that you want. So start there. And being able to articulate that desire very specifically and clearly is the best way to get the output that you want. I use the acronym ROLL to help me remember. So the first thing you're going to do is give AI a role. If you want it to develop a flashcard series for you on science, tell it that it is an elementary or 8th grade science teacher, and really specializes in creating flashcards that help the students remember what is on the exam. So, those types of roles, give it a role so it knows the identity that it is trying to take on. Then you want to give it a very specific and clear outcome. Now, remember, AI, the best way to talk to AI is as if you are talking to a young child. So think about if you have a 5 year old and you want the 5 year old to do laundry, you're not going to say, go do a load of laundry. Of course not. You're going to give the child very specific instructions. And you're going to be very detailed in your instructions, and you're going to give examples for what you're wanting the outcome to be. AI is no different. AI wants the very specific instructions, just like a small child. Also, when you are giving very specific instructions, what you can end up with is a really long paragraph of instructions. And just like with a small child, if the instructions aren't broken into small bits, they're going to forget half of what you said. And so AI is the same way. Working with a list, use bullet points, brackets, bold, lettering, capital letters, anything that is going to draw attention to the most important materials, and also break it up so that AI can understand it and follow the instructions easily. So think of again the example of the laundry. You wouldn't tell your child, go do this, then this, then this, then this, then this. No, you would start with collect all the dirty laundry in the house and bring it to the laundry room. So that's the first step. But you might need to say, there's a basket upstairs that you can use to collect the laundry, and I can help you carry it down the stairs to the laundry room. Or you might need to go with the child and help them to see where the basket is. So think of AI in those terms. What does AI need help doing? AI is a small child. AI can only operate on the information that it already has in its system and the information that you are giving it. So give it as much specific information as you can. And then lastly, use an example. It's really good if you want a specific format for something, upload another document that has that format, or use an example that you have on hand that uses that format so that you're getting the same output that you desire. But most importantly today is, how do you use AI safely? So this is one of the probably the major concerns that I hear from homeschool parents and all parents actually, is how do you use AI safely? My gift to you today is a printout of a long checklist of ideas of how to use AI safely. And I hope that you'll print that out and use it. But let's briefly just discuss a couple of things that you can do. The first is to use tools with clear privacy policies. So understand that not all AI platforms are created equal. Some of them are not really that safe with your information. And so, really clearly read through the privacy policy of each platform before you give any information. You want to limit personal data shared. So you might be able to get away with just using your initials or maybe use a fake name. I would suggest having an email, a Gmail account just set up just for the type of searching that you do online that requires you putting in an email address. I also suggest, especially for children, to use a private browser. If you have Chrome, you can do an incognito. You can use a VPN. There are some safe browsers that I've listed on the printout that you're getting. And you want to make sure that you're giving as little information personally as possible and still being able to use the platform. Now, some of them don't even require that for their free or their trial that you log in. So that's another option as well. Give the least amount possible. And then delete stored history. So, what do I mean by that? Obviously, you want to just delete the history of your computer, but on each one of these AI platforms, you will be storing history. So, every time you ask it to do something, for example, GPT, it will store your question and the answers that it has given you. And so I highly recommend copying and pasting that into some sort of a document storage, like a Word document or Microsoft or something like that. And however you store your documents, save it onto your computer and then delete it on ChatGPT. It's one less tie to you and your information. So it is very important to do that. Just a few last tips before we end. So, start with the result in mind. Make sure that you are in the driver's seat. The more clearly you know the result that you're looking for, the better chance is that you're going to get it. So, you need to ask. Also, start with one task. It is so easy to get pulled down into the rabbit hole of AI, just like Pinterest or social media. It will easily grab your attention. There are so many things that AI can do that it becomes really fun to try all the new things. So start with one task, for example, lesson planning or a lesson creation. Something that you need it to do for you for your homeschool, and stay with that task until you get a real good grasp of how to do that and then expand. Also, use free tools to explore. Every platform is designed to do some one thing specifically. So, for example, Perplexity is really good at gathering information and answering questions, so much better than Google. Um, you could use ChatGPT, which is really more of a basic platform. So, it does writing fairly well, it does pictures sometimes okay, but it has a lot of GPTs where you can get the very specific. Action that you are looking for. So, as a well-rounded platform, I use ChatGPT. Claude is very good at writing. So, if you're wanting to do a lot of writing, Claude is a very good. Um, then you want to use other platforms for pictures because pictures are something that are really specific, and ChatGPT is a little rough with them. They are getting better. So use the free tools, find the platform that works best for you, and then consider paying the monthly fee for that platform. And then set clear guidelines. It would be a really good idea to sit down with your children or your spouse and ask, what are the specific ways that we're going to use AI and how can we use those things safely? And then walk through my gift to you, which is the safety checklist for using AI. I hope that you will download it. You can find it at my website, which is dbhochman.com/AI gift. And download this. It's just, I think, 3 or 4 pages. Read through, follow the checklist, make sure that you're using AI safely, but use it for your homeschool. It is amazing how much time you can save just by having AI be your assistant. And if you continue thinking of AI as your assistant, you will become really practiced at getting it to do those assistant type things for you and saving you so much time and also giving you a much more personalized homeschool adventure for your children. Thanks so much for joining me today. Really enjoyed talking with you. I hope that you will use AI and that you will check out my website.